just then was some beautiful Loyal Kana, courtesy of Ash Agar, and at the top, the hottest track of season 1 of Past the Orcs.
Locked Up by Akon. And I hope you enjoyed the fumbly discourse of Acoin and the rest of it in episode 1. And I think it speaks to how much we have learnt and improved.
Maybe not improved. I don't think we're the ones that can judge that.
Man, look, I at least feel like I
Yeah,
have,
that's fair, actually.
because there's a big part about this that is learning and your craft, and wait till you see yourself on a reel where you don't look probably how you feel, put it that way.
And maybe as professional as you feel like you should be.
And your voice and pronunciation isn't quite as crispy
and
as
you just
would have
and
hoped.
ahhing, and your little brother, the first feedback you get from anyone was a message immediately from your little brother saying, you say too much. And it rocked me, bro.
Yeah, did it?
Oh, fuck. Because all I wanted from like one of my best mates was, hey, good on you. Like, well done. Doing something you love. And it was just like, congrats on episode 1. You say too much. Full stop. Shout out Ryan, Ricky Chen's Dzodzos.
Come on, Ryan. He's better now, though, right? And we've had some very funny moments on your back announcers, just typing it down, going for an absolute home run, like, here's this person and that person, and hibbity-hobbity, blah, 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 bang.
My favourite was...
And we all just crack up laughing.
My favourite was, instead of schoolboy Q, I said Scooble. You didn't let me, like... I looked at you and you started laughing and said Scooble, and there was no chance you guys were letting me, like, start again the take.
No.
I kind of prefer that, as it's, like, natural. However, if I'm ever going to have a career in any sort of announcing...
Oh, well, you've just started developing the skill set. It's the whole thing, how you're meant to know, how you're ever meant to do it. And the only way to do it is to do it and learn how to get better at it. And you have done that. And we have learnt a bit more about what the project is and the line of questioning that you'll ask the guests and the lot. And one of my favourite parts is that all the audience and all the feedback we've gotten, I've pretty much had everyone tell me each, like, a different ep is their favourite. There's been so much love for each individual ep from a totally different number of people.
Was that numble?
That was a numble.
That was a Scooble.
That was a Scooble, man. I'm catching it. So there's still more improving to do, of course, in season 2 and beyond. But we want a relaxed, conversational style podcast. Like I said before, we want to have fun and enjoy ourselves, and ultimately just share ideas and speak to different interesting things. And again, we certainly learn when to pull the laptop up and make a considered statement about something, and or when to just roll off the cuff. So hopefully there'll be more and even better good stuff for you coming in season 2.
Yeah, and less fumbles. Big one, and maybe like a turning point for the show, was Cam McCarthy episode. I feel like we got to like a much deeper level, obviously because the content was so deep, but just like song meaning and feeling, and then like listeners grew like a crazy amount after that. And that's not the measurement, listeners, but it like, unfortunately it kind of is. It's not the measurement we want to go by, because we want to be honing in our craft, but it definitely doubled from them. And the feedback online from that, and your and the Willy Wagtail story went nuts, man.
Yeah, the Willy Wagtail story was cool and unexpected, and I'm glad I, have a platform to be able to share that stuff. But truly, and you will still continue to understand this throughout season 2, and the rest is I want to make the content and have the interviews and play the music that needs to be played. I can tell you Ali Barrass comes on for season 2, Nadia Rosa is on. I want to speak to people and have a bit of a timestamp about my life. I want to express things that have happened to me. And the Cam episode, like all the other episodes, are about documenting little fragments of my life and people that I love, and talking about them and showing everyone how great they are, as well as how much I love them. And Cam episode probably personified that. And, like I said, I'm really appreciative to have a platform where I can talk about that and have an audience that propels this good energy. I have 600 people writing to me about their Willy Wagtail experiences.
Did it make you feel like less of a fucking crazy person?
Yeah, absolutely.
When people are like, that's happened to me, I truly lean into that.
And all of the stuff that we talk about on this app and all the stuff, on this season, just concluded and probably into next season, and all the stuff that I'm interested in is always that stuff that pushes the boundaries of thought and what you're thinking. And that's why we talk about challenging ideas, and sometimes every third one Dan or Jaden clips it up and sends it out as a reel, and I'm sitting there going, gosh man, I am crazy, or I do sound crazy, or who knows, but that's what this is about. And I think that it's nice to have someone or 1 million people reaffirm your views on, hey, no, that actually is true and you're onto something there. And that's what this is in our culture. That's what this is for the universe. And you kind of go, oh, well, that's good affirmation of my sort of spiritual journey and my journey as a person in self-actualization and putting yourself out there and being a dad and, becoming human. So, like I said, it's just been an absolute blessing to be involved with this show and to start this up.
Where was I going to go from there?
I know where we got to go.
You tell me.
To some songs. To some unselected songs. And the reason being...
Nah, I've got a song, actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so this bloke, Riley, writes in occasionally. Works night shift, works on the mines. So he, it's fucking slogging. And he was just like, I listen to Past the Orcs and I really enjoy it on my night shift. Just exactly what I needed, because he was getting sick of, full podcasts or full music. And he's like, And I was like, mate, anytime you're on night shift, just write in a message. If you find a song, chat to us. And he writes in Friday, 3:27 a.m. This was a couple of weeks ago. Currently on night shift, cranking some tunes, and an old goodie came on, Sleeping Beauty by the Divinals. Chrissy Amphlet's vocals are just unmatched. The raspiness of her voice does some things to you, I think. Still has to be one of the best female vocalists to ever come out of Australia. Hope you boys enjoy the track. I want to shout him out because, that's exactly what this kind of project should be.
100%. And I double that shout out. Thanks so much. We love the interaction. We love that you're enjoying it. It's meant to be radio show style and lighthearted with a little splash of interesting and fun. So, man, I'm happy I can make your night shift a little bit better, and hopefully I can do that track justice, as well as, a little bit of mystery track from TB afterwards.
This is Sleeping Beauty by the Divinals.